Hello, citizens of Gordons Bay, and welcome back to the channel. I'm interviewing Arnold right now, who is advising me what's happening at the sand dunes here.
Yeah, well, as you know, there was this huge dunes here, and there was some elements living in those dunes, and it was very dangerous for the people to walk on the beach safely. So about a year ago, we moved all the sand away back into the ocean, and planted this with the installed a netting plant. There's two sections of nets. The ones that we plant, they will be here for about 4 years, 5 years time, and then the frontal nets, they are there to catch the sand. And once a year, like we did about 3 weeks ago, we bring in a bulldozer, excavator and a truck, and we move all those sand back into the ocean and reinstall those nets for another year.
Erosion control.
Erosion control, it just stopped the sand from accumulate here where it was previously.
Yes.
So those nets will never be removed. They will always be there, but the nets behind me with the planting in, they will be removed after 4 or 5 years once all this lovely plants is re-established.
Okay, and the gentleman behind you, Bungani, told me that there's going to be trees here as well?
Yeah, bushes, not really trees, because trees will not really do well here directing the wind. Like you see all the big trees hanging over. But yeah, bushes, that's probably what he meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, he also mentioned the irrigation system over there.
Yes.
I'm curious about that.
Yeah, the irrigation is coming on twice a day, early afternoon or around 1 o'clock, and then early in the evening or early morning. So twice a day. There's about 31 stations that runs for 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah, I understand that would be in the early morning and the early evening.
Yeah.
Obviously you don't want evaporation, you want to conserve or use it efficiently. Yes. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, the water is, you see the water farm there. We call it the water farm. There's a borehole, and if we run into a shortage of water, we are also connected to the council water, so it can quickly be switched over. But at the moment, our borehole is doing fantastic.
You know your stuff here, and you obviously seen what's happened here in the last year. What I have noticed personally was the dune was much bigger. It was much higher.
Yes, yeah.
Where did all that substrate go? Where did that sand go?
It was dumping to the ocean. We took it all the way down to the beach, and we just dump it there in the ocean.
On that side, because I noticed the trucks did move that way.
Yes. That's what the same would happen every year. The sand that build up in the nets will be removed back into the ocean. People are really enjoying the beach now.
Yes.
They say it's a little shallower, and the kids can go in deeper, and it's warmer.
Are there any other initiatives that VULA are taking in the Western Cape?
Yes, yeah, we've got a similar project in Fishhook, Glenkern.
Right.
The first one we ever did is Hout Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of my colleagues, Henny, is there now for quite a few years. So, and just before I was transferred here, I did the whole Table Bay project. That was about 3 kilometers of similar project. So I finished up there, and a colleague of mine, anyway, he took over there.
What's that?
Anyway.
That's his name?
That's his name.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd love to meet him one day. It sounds like an interesting character.
He's now do the maintenance of that beach, the whole, from Dolphin Beach Hotel, the whole beach up to the end of Blowberg Beach.
That's the Boulevard Road, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. Marine Boulevard.
Marine? That's exciting.
Yeah.
And as with here, you're using, what river is this, that the water you perhaps able to use?
No, we don't use any of the river water. We only use groundwater.
Now, there's the tanks, and you are pointing in directions. You're saying there's wells. You obviously know where they are.
Yeah, we have a well, only one well. We don't need more than that for it, because we are a bit smaller. But there's right next to the tanks is a well, and in that little house there is pumps. That pump the water out into the tanks, and there's a pump that pump it out of the tank with a whole system, electronic system that runs the whole irrigation system automatically.
It's really amazing that this is happening now in our territory. We need this.
Yeah, I'm glad. When I came here in September, there was a lot of negativity, people complaining, and once they start giving their time and chat to you, then they realize, but we are working for them and not against them. We a lot say, but yeah, this is not nature. Nature was damaged long ago when they built all those buildings, and unfortunately this is what happened. This was the result of this, and that causes us to come here and fix what was damaged. They say Gordons Bay is the birthplace of the wind.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
We measure winds here 133 kilometers an hour.
But what a pleasure. Arnold, nice meeting you.
Yeah.
And thanks for the information. That's Arnold from VULA Environmental Services. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, man.
Shot, bro.